All right.
We are live now.
Yes.
Good morning, Manisha. Welcome. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
And we are happy to have you here. So please start. You can
Thank you
start.
so much.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. All right. A very, very good morning to all of you with a beautiful energy, with a new morning, fresh morning. And we have another chance to breathe today. And let's be very grateful that we all are alive and we all are gathered here with something new, which we all will learn from each other. So I'll start with a session that is, we already have seen the poster yesterday, and that was the power of words. And we all know this, and we all are aware of the topic somehow. However, it's very important to being more aware to use the powerful words in our life. So, words itself has power, Shakti. And I'll just start with an example that you might have, you all are aware of the spelling of world, WORLD, world. So, basically, if I will remove L from the word world, it becomes word. So, ideally, the word which we choose and we speak creates our own world and environment. So that's a very powerful tool to achieve whatever we need in our lives. So let's I just want to start with a few more quotations, which is from Bible. I generally read Bible. However, it may be that these are the quotes which are also mentioned in Gita, in Quran, in any of the mythological books. Maybe some authors have written about it. Maybe there are many spiritual leaders are also talking about how words are very important in our life, in our daily life. So there was some few words which I was reading yesterday, and there are some Bible verses. Every time we open our mouths, we reveal something about ourselves. When we examine our language, we get to know ourselves better. Our words are generally a reflection of what is going on inside. So these are some of the Bible verses which I was reading. And in fact, one of my favorites um, is in your tongue, there is a blessing and also curse. So we all heard this since childhood that it has no bone, tongue has no bone. But when we actually use it in a proper way, it will give you positive results. If you will not use in a proper way, it gives you negative results. So this entire world works on energy. That's power, Shakti in Hindi. जब हमारी खुद की शब्दों की शक्ति बहुत कॉन्शियसली हम यूज करेंगे तो definitely will get lot of things in our life, and even I have experienced this many times. So to become a good speaker, we also have heard this saying, it's very important to become a good listener. And I'm glad that all the people who are here on this platform today, they all are listening very carefully. So even we all know that listening and hearing, these are two different things. Hearing is all about, okay, fine, we have 2 years. So what is the harm if I will hear something from here and I'll take out from there? But listening actually requires a lot of focus and conscious mind. We all know that we have unconscious mind, subconscious mind, and conscious mind. However, I'll talk about more into listening and speaking right now. So listening needs also a lot of focus and conscious mind. So one of the important factors in Hindi we say that अच्छा वक्ता बनने के लिए अच्छा श्रोता बनना बहुत important है. हम क्या बोलते हैं ये डिपेंड करता है कि हम क्या सुनते हैं, और हम क्या सुनते हैं ये डिपेंड करता है कि हम क्या सोचते हैं. It all comes from thought process. So, however, let's talk about listening. So, listening, what we are listening is equally important. Are we listening to others, and those others around us are speaking positive or negative? Are we listening to the songs and the lyrics of those songs which are meaningful, or are we listening to the songs like it has no meaning or maybe negative meaning? Listening to the TV dialogues, listening to many of our news channels, are they really using positive words, negative words? Listening to the what we can say TV ads, or maybe YouTube ads, or maybe short videos which has a lot of drama, which has a lot of negative words, or which has very, 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 very positive words. So listening is extremely important for using the powerful words in our life, because powerful words, they have the manifestation powers. We all know that we just have one mouth. We have two ears, two eyes, two nostrils, but just have one mouth. Did you ever wonder why? Could it be because we are supposed to hear twice as much, see twice as much, smell twice as much? However, we speak half as much. So when God has created, the Almighty universe has created something, it has been, it's a miracle. He has created all of us as miracles. So let's start talking about more into speaking and the power of words. Even I experience it daily in my life. And the first thing which starts the power of words from the thought process. Even it is written in Gita that how our karma forms, our action forms, it directly comes from thoughts, then words, and then actions. So, what we do first is what we are going through, and the thought process which we are carrying. What is our emotional state? What is our mental state? What are we really thinking for the entire day? It actually decides our destiny. It actually decides what we are going to speak next. What are we really conversing with our colleagues, even on phone? What we are talking? It all depends upon the quality of thoughts. So, the first thing which I would like to bring is most of the time we actually focus on negative, and lesser time we focus on positive. However, there are techniques, there are conscious techniques which we can apply in our daily lives to make it a bigger transformation. Of course, it needs a lot of efforts. So, the first thing is self criticism and self doubts. So, this is my personal experience. When we are not very happy within ourselves or with our environment or people around us or the situations around us, we generally criticize ourselves. So, the first person to whom we say negative about ourselves, the first person to whom we talk is ourselves, is also, we can also talk positive. It shows that how much you're loving yourself, how much you're respecting yourself. So that is something which starts with Either you are self respecting or self criticizing. So there are many people who have this habit of talking like, I am not worthy. I have become, I don't look good. I'm not enough. It's not my fault. I'm too stressed. This is the common word which we all are talking without any consciousness. I am too busy. I don't have time. So these are the words which we generally use in our dictionary, and it has become habitual. And when we justify ourselves, these are all normal words. Obviously, we use these words in daily life. However, we do not know that what kind of seeds which you are sowing to your mind. हम कहते हैं ना जैसा हम बीज बोएंगे वैसा ही तो पेड़ बनेगा. So what kind of seeds we are sowing is very important to our from our I mean the words which we are using. So let's change the the words, and let's start using the positive words. However, it all depends upon the clarity of thoughts. See, I mean, we all are aware about our environment. We all are aware about the what's going on in our life. If we are aware, if we know that today we are alive, it means we are aware. So the clarity of thoughts are the most important thing. For example, I just want to give example of any of the terrorists. So terrorists are very clear in their mind that they want to destroy. But people who really want to do good, they think twice. I don't know, you might have you all have noticed this, but this is my personal observation. However, people like Narendra, who has given positive thoughts, who was like, person which was one my favorite personality, have become Swami Vivekanand. His name was Narendra, and then he has become Swami Vivekanand by feeding positivity in his mind. There are many examples in our history. And on the other hand, we can see that how world changed by the use of negative words by the famous personality known as Hitler, because he was criticizing himself and he was criticizing the people around him. The world had become negative at that time. I remember I would like to share one beautiful incident about the power of words. We are so smart that we actually manipulate with God also, universe also. There was a lady, she has gone to, she visited a temple and she said, God, I'm not asking anything for myself. I'm asking something for my mother. I want a son-in-law for my mother. And can you believe it? She really spoke about it in front of the idol in temple. And on the next day, her sister actually got a proposal and she got married. However, she was not very honest to herself. She wanted to say that, God, I want to get married. I want son-in-law for my mother, but I need the person for myself. So how beautifully we justify, we manipulate with the universe with the words. So we need to be very, very careful what we are talking about. And I have seen, in fact, I have learned from my masters, from many mentors and my Reiki masters, most of the people, even it was happening with me as well. Mostly people say, I need this. This comes from lack in life, and we are actually running behind anything in life. So when I say that I need this iPhone, I need this car. I need this bungalow. It is all coming from lack. So this is the first thing that where we all need a lot of improvement, where we actually criticize ourselves. We need to stop. We need to take oath after this session that consciously, whenever something comes negative in our mind regarding ourselves, what I do generally a practice, which actually helped me a lot. However, I'm also a human being. So even I do mistake, but I cannot justify myself that I am a human being, so I can do mistakes n number of times. So this consciously actually works for me, and that is whenever something comes in my mind, and that is something negative, I generally give this command to my mind. I cancel this word. I cancel this word in the power of universe. I say this intentionally inside of my heart. For example, I'm about to say that I'm not worthy. I cancel this word in the name of universe, in the power of universe. So immediately my mind takes control of it, these words, and then suddenly that thought stops. Many people they actually use this command cancel, they use this command stop. These are some of the switch words, or these are some of the what we can say that commands which we can actually give to our mind to stop that negative thought. However, we really need to do it consciously. How to do it, we will talk about it. Secondly, which I want to talk about, before that, I would also like to give one more example. Um, Basically, in you might all have heard about World War Part Two, World War Two. So, in during the World War Two, I don't remember exactly. There was a movie which was released in one of the countries, and the song lyrics were something like distraction. It was like, we are happy to destroy, we're happy to do this, something like that. And the tone and the music was awesome. Awesome. Just because of soothing music, a lot of people were listening these that song in their houses. They were playing that particular song. So what was happening? The moment one house was playing, another house was playing the same kind of song with the same kind of lyrics, it has become multiplied and it has gone to the universe. And in return, what universe has given? Universe has a principle of multiplying whatever you are saying. Either it's positive, either it's negative. So because it was negative, World War II started. I read this in one of the books, and that's why I'm giving this example to you. So why we actually more push a lot of youth, or maybe nowadays, I'm very happy to see a lot of youth also, they are moving towards spiritual practices and a lot of holistic approach also, like, giving gratitude and more conscious about the power of words, because it really creates big change in the environment and wherever we all stay. Secondly is I would like to talk about, we start criticizing others because we are not happy with ourselves. That's why we criticize others. And if we are really happy with ourselves, I can really bet about it. We don't even think that what others are thinking about you, or even we don't even focus on those things. Basically, when we criticize others, they are the direct reflection of ourselves. It's written in a lot of books also. The environment which is inside is the reflection, or we can say that outside, if you're meeting a lot of people, it's just a direct reflection of ourselves. It can be regarding place, it can be regarding people, it can be regarding work, it can be regarding clothes. If I'm not liking anything, I immediately use hate. If I like anything, I use like. So if I'm hating something, it means that's the direct reflection of my mind, which is in the outside world. And we all know that everything absorbs energy. So when I'm at home, most of the time, either I'm silent, or even at office also, whenever it is required to speak, let's speak. Because words resonates. Everything absorbs energy. If something has been served on the dining table, if I am speaking something negative, negative goes in the food as well. And if I'm really using something positive, positive goes into food and in your clothes, in your environment, whatever is there in your environment. So whenever I get up in the morning, first thing I cover myself with the white light and with the positive words. I say this to myself. I actually put my hand on myself and I say, I am super blessed. I am ready to change. I am peaceful. I am loved. It's a blessed day. Thank you, God, for giving me another chance to improve. Thank you, God, for giving me chance to give, uh, to give efforts for my growth. I am super duper blessed. And in fact, in every religion, we all use some of the verses to claim. In Christianity, Bible verses. In Hinduism, mantras. For Muslims, it's Quran, it's namaz. So every word which is written in the prayer or mantras or we can say verses, it has power. It has immense power. Even in Gita, there are many Sanskrit shloks are there. Sorry. So those are also uh, those are also examples of positive powers. So this is something which we do. Secondly, like we criticize when we are not happy with ourselves. And what is the effect? What is the outcome? The outcome which comes to is to our body. Basically, our sleep pattern changes, our food pattern changes, the people around us. I mean, if I'm really using positive words, this is something which is my experience. I attract only positive people. However, there would be some negative as well, but my mind or my focus doesn't go there because I'm more attracting positivity with the positive words. And however, in case if we are not able to understand the power of words, we are actually attracting a lot of health issues. I would like to give an example, one beautiful story I read in one of the books. That is again Bible because I love to read Bible. There are many stories in many of the books. There was a lady who she got married to a man, a very rich man. However, she did not have child. So inside of her heart, she wanted to become mother, but she never expressed. So she was visiting to her mentor, or we can say guru, with her husband often. Oftenly, she was visiting, and her guru knows that what is she looking for inside of her heart, but she was not very expressing because she was always in gratitude. So one day his Guruji asked, do you need anything in your life? She said, no, Guruji, I have everything in life. And I'm very happy with my husband. And I'm living a very peaceful, very happy life. And I have everything in my life. So her Guruji actually understood that she's craving for children, but then she's not expressing. So he has given blessings to her. And after few days, she gave birth to a very beautiful son, boy child, male child. And then the child has become 8 years older. And one day, this child was not getting up from the bed. And that lady was trying to call her his name, her son's name, but he was not getting up from the bed. Of course, one thought which comes in the mind at that time is, what happened to my child? But she did not react. She actually ran to her Guruji's place without uttering single word. And when she was on the way, she met her friends. Her friends saw her that she's running somewhere and she's going somewhere. And her friends asked, everything is fine? Where is your son? Everything is fine in your family? And she replied, yes, everything is fine. My son is actually taking rest at home, and I'm just going to meet my Guruji. She actually noticed when she was at home that my son died because he was not breathing. But she did not utter a single word. She did not share her feelings to anyone, and she ran to her Guruji's place. Even when she reached at Guruji's place, she did not say, my son died. She said, Guruji, you know everything. Please help me. Her Guruji actually visited her place, and because he had some supernatural powers, so he had done something and her son got up from bed. So these are the power of words. When we actually are not well, 10 times we say, and 10 times we call people, and 10 times we actually multiply this and say, I am not well. I don't know why my medicines are not working. I changed 5 doctors. Why don't we ask ourselves that what we have done with ourselves? And on the other hand, if we all know about Louis Hay, and she is a famous author for the book You Can Heal Your Life. Wonderful lady. She has gone through a lot in her life. I want to also quote one of the examples of Joyce Meyer. She's one of the beautiful preacher in the United States of America. And she was raped 300 times by her father in the childhood. When she grew up, she got married, it got failed. Second time she got married, failed. But third time, she actually got into relationship and now she has 2 children and she is a renowned preacher. And she realized that this was also happening because of self-pity and lot of negative thoughts and negative words. So she might have worked consciously. So, what are the different techniques through which we can actually change our destiny? We all are here connected with each other from heart. So, let's help each other to actually change the dictionary or vocabulary of our life. So, the first technique is affirmation. So, what we are speaking and what we are writing. I heard one quote in one of the videos, and it was said, अगर आप नोट करोगे तो नोटिस किए जाओगे. If you will note something, you will be noticed by universe. Because when we write, even in the childhood also, even if you all have children at home, we all say, tell them to write something, to learn something. So speaking, what we are speaking is important, and what we are writing is equally important, because scientifically, our brain has the power to remember everything. I just want to give an example. जब हमने बचपन में साइकिल सीखी होगी या अभी तक हमने नहीं चलाई होगी, we have not used, और हमने नहीं चलाई 20 साल तक, it doesn't mean that we cannot ride now. We can still ride bicycle. It means that the muscle memory which is there, it never forgets anything. So we need to be very, very conscious what we are speaking and what we are writing. And the writing is a habit which we really need to inculcate in the morning and at night. It's really helpful in the early morning and night. Generally, I have a diary. When I write, thank you, universe. Thank you, God. You all have given me a beautiful day. Today, I had delicious food. I talked to many of the clients for my business. Thank you, universe, for this. And then I sleep. At least for 5 blessings I write. And actually, it took me a lot of years to practice. It has not come instantly. I was also in the same boat, but I have just tried. And actually today, with the consistent practice, I'm doing it. The second one is batch flowers. These are some of the homeopathy drops and which can actually change your mindset to speak more positive words. We all can maybe in the next session or we can cover this batch flowers. Practice gratitude, as I have already mentioned. And very, very important on YouTube, on television, and even in our surroundings, and even during listening the music. What kind of lyrics which you are using during music? Many times rhythms are beautiful. However, lyrics are not very good. So we really need to be, focused on what we are listening that goes in our mind. Another thing is tone is equally important. What kind of tone we are using? If we will give something, we'll get in return. If I'm using the rude tone, I will get disrespect from other person. If I'm really using smile, if you all have seen, we get smile in return. So whatever we give, we get in return. Six is be silent and speak less. These wisdom comes from, this is my experience, from prayers, meditation. Basically, we get so much of awareness from our breathing exercises, where to speak, how much to speak, to whom to speak. So this is something which is really, really good. And what the last one, which is very beneficial, I have, experienced this is water technique. So I have this water bottle and I generally use this glass bottle. And I always speak to this bottle at night. I already spoke in the morning when I started this YouTube. So I spoke to the water that, thank you, water, for healing me. This is a healing water. I love you, water. You are wonderfully working in my body, on my skin, in my life. And I have given so much of gratitude, so much of love to this water. And I'll drink this water for the entire day because our body composed, it is of, 70% is there, water is there in our body. So water technique is something which is really, really, which changes the thought process, the quality of thought, and then it changes the power of words. And the moment we change the power of words, we can manifest anything in our life. We all have this manifestation techniques where we can actually write down whatever we need, not need, in fact, whatever I am desiring and whatever I really want to manifest in my life. So it all depends upon the clarity in life. And in fact, we all, if we have the habit of spending time in nature, in fact, doing some journaling work at home, as I said that I write affirmations at night, it really changes. It really changes. However, breathing technique and meditation brings a lot of clarity in mind, what to speak, where to speak, how much to speak, to whom to speak or not. This awareness generally comes from meditation. That's my personal experience. However, there are many holistic approaches like neuro-linguistic program, which changes uh, the brain wirings. It reprograms your mind. Reading is one of the things. Reading, listening, speaking, and writing. These are the four tools which are really, really important to change our power of words. So words itself it has a lot of power, lot of power. So this was all about the power of words. Thank you so much for this session. And I really would love to invite everyone to speak about power of words. Thank you.
Yes, good morning,
Very,
Manisha.
very
That was a beautiful
good morning.
presentation, and you really
Thank
brought
you.
out, highlighted the power, our power of using the power of words. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And
Yeah.
some very interesting facts also you brought to light that World War II started because of a viral song. That was really good. So, anyone would like to share or ask or comment on the power of words?
Thank you, Manisha, for this session. Actually, I joined late, but I could really relate to what you say. And yeah,
Thank you.
I've been a big fan of UK, and I also strongly believe, and I also practice sometimes, not sometimes, like many times, whenever things are not working in my favor, and I start speaking by changing my physiology also. So I get some miraculous results for sure. I also saw the negative impact of words. Like, there was a time when um, I was very ill. So unconsciously, I used to call up people, talk to people, call my doctor, say it again and again. Now my doctor always used to keep quiet, but I used to keep him informed about my problem again and again and again and again and again and again. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
I was in the belief that when I speak more, maybe I'll just take out my toxicity more. But I hardly realized
Right.
in those areas that I was actually manifesting that more and more. Yeah, yeah. But I completely agree with this, and yeah, thank you so much for this wonderful reminder. Yet again, I will definitely practice this for water वाला क्योंकि मैं ये शायद नहीं कर रहा था बहुत दिनों से तो but ये वाला मैं करूँगा
Yeah.
water therapy वाला करूँगा. Thank you so much.
We all have connected on a very beautiful platform. We have a lot of other even masters and mentors here. Even they can also, meanwhile, they can also suggest some water techniques. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No, absolutely,
I
what
don't
you
know,
told
Manisha.
about
Yeah.
uh yes, Vinay.
No, no, that's okay. That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. So no, I was just talking about the water technique. She's saying water is a very powerful medium, and definitely each time, anytime you drink water, just thank it generally also. And this is like you're doing the putting in the affirmations and then drinking, but normally we while drinking just thank the water for healing your body, settling your mind, anything that comes to your mind at that moment. So while drinking, thank the water. That's all.
Today in the morning, actually, I was
I
giving
also
affirmation to
I also
milk
want
also.
to.
This milk. Yeah. Go ahead, please,
Yes,
please.
Yeah,
yes.
I also want to share one experience. You know, there in 2014 it was. I went to a place called Pune. I was there for about 5 months, uh, and unfortunately, the food that I was eating there was full of carbohydrates and very rich in poha. I mean, पुणे में वो सब कुछ पोहास और दाल चावल ही मिलता था. तो मेरे मन में बिलीव था कि I am eating lot of carbs and lot of things. Is it going to impact my health? There was one friend of mine who used to say, जब आपके सामने वो चीज आती है ना, तो just start praying it. This is going to be good for your health. Even if it is carbohydrate, it's going to be good for your health also. So I started doing it. And I was so amazed with this, word affirmations I used to do. This carbs were never impacted my health, and I never in those 5 months I never was fat. मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा मैं वैसे फिट रहा 5 महीने तक और
Mhm.
just because I just prayed with words कि हाँ ये मेरी बॉडी के लिए हेल्दी है. I mean, a lot of people, get into the fact that, अरे carbs है, ये नहीं खाना, ये calories है, ये नहीं खाना, वो नहीं खाना, वो नहीं खाना. पर अगर आप शब्दों से उसको चेंज भी कर सकते हो, ये एक मैंने एक एक्सपीरियंस देखा था, 2014 I remember. So I just
Mhm.
wanted to share that.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Vinay.
Correct.
Very
Awesome.
beautiful tip.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Manisha, you were saying something.
No, I was actually sharing the same thing. Even in the morning, also, I was giving this affirmation to my milk. Milk has a lot of power to actually nurture my bones, I was talking to milk. I was talking to what we can say, lady finger. Wow, it's giving me a lot of nutrition. So even I do this in, daily. Even the
Yeah.
clothes which I was wearing in the morning when I was getting ready for the YouTube. Wow, I'm looking so nice. I'm looking so beautiful. So this I was giving to myself.
Great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Using the power of words. Yes. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share anything or comment?
Yeah, please share your stories and in fact, whatever you all have experienced in your life. And specifically, if we can see something in during the corona also, a lot of people actually have, I mean, they are not in this world because maybe because of fear in their thoughts. And then after that, मैं तो ठीक ही नहीं हो सकता. वो देखो
Mm.
वो मर गया मैं भी मर जाऊंगा या मर
So,
जाऊंगी. It's like that. So a lot of people actually manifested. That's
yeah, yeah.
my understanding.
Fear generates that. And
Yeah,
this corona may be they can cancer patients also. The moment they hear the word cancer, they're gone. So,
correct.
but they don't realize they have the power to come out of it. तो वो बहुत strong mind चाहिए होता है. Chalo, I think so nobody
Absolutely.
wants to share anything, so we'll start the day with the power of words and bless everyone
Yes.
and thank everyone for being here.
Yes.
So thank you
Thank
everyone
you
for
so much.
joining me. Yeah, and
Thank you,
everyone,
Manisha. Thank you, Mirchi.
yeah, have a
Thank
powerful
you.
day.
Thank you. Yes, and God bless every one of you abundantly. Thank you.
Neelam ji has said thank you.